Hi, welcome to video 3 of Graphical User Interface, GUIs. This time I'm going to change the layout of the frame and put in exactly the same what we have done previously in video 2. What we're going to do, we're going to use something is called a grid layout. This video in here, what we've done, we've used something is called the flow layout, which is this one. So that's the one we used. The flow layout means start from left, 5 horizontal and 10 vertical to draw it. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to use the grid layout. The grid layout works like if I draw something very simple here, and here, you have something like this. And when you say grid layout, it means how many rows and how many columns. So I know I've got four by 4 here. So I've got 4 and 2. If you remember, was like label, text field, label, text field, label, text field. That's for the contact number, and 1 for the gender. So they're 4 and 2. So that'll be like 4 rows and 2 columns. And that's what we're gonna do. And this part, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a new class. I'm gonna copy just what we've done. So just to demonstrate how to create the object at the end of the day. We're gonna do this. And let me just copy this. And here, copied it. And let me create a class in here, and I would call it I'm going to use something called a grid layout example, something like that. You see it? I call the class grid layout example. Finish that. As it created for me. Of course, if I do cover this, what we've done before, of course, the class this is the class. So I just copy that here, and I'll take it up there. It just demonstrates something actually for each different class in here. And it is, and don't forget the constructor. And the other thing is, make sure this class, you're going to use it here to create the object. Can you see this one here? You have to do this here. You make sure that's in here. So here, and you do this. There it is. And that's sorted for us as far as this concern. And of course, that's the extras. Just remove that in here. Here we go, and that's done. All we do now, we're going to use the grid layout. The rest are exactly stays the same. The set layout, look at the way we do the grid. The grid set, of course I'm going to remove this, right, or just come like that here. Set, the same layout. All I'm going to do, I'm using a new, it's called the grid layout. There it is. For the grid layout, it needs 4 things. The first 2 parameters, it gives you how many rows are they, because we have 4 labels and 4, so it's 4 in here. Here's our design. We have label and then text with next. So 2 columns. The space horizontally between the gadgets, between the text fields and whatever, say 10, for instance. And vertically, say 5, something like that, right? And that's it. And if you want to change the title, for instance, here's the title. It is. You can change that if you want. You can use a grid layout. Call it any name, grid layout. All right, something like that. And let's run it. Of course, If it doesn't fit, you need to change all these values. In here, run this one. There you go. That's how it comes. You see? So we have to change the values of the x and y's in here. For instance, put this one as, make it 300. 300, and make this one, make it 150, and see how that's is going to look like. Run this one. It is more like it, better. I can decrease actually the size horizontal from 300, make it probably, see, 250. It's just a matter of this number to get it right. I'm going to show you later on simpler way than this. There you go. We can do this. The thing is, we put here, if you see the space is very wide because I say it's 10 horizontal. Can you see it? I can change that one, get rid of this, make it 5, for instance, 5, and here, and see what that looks like. Now, look at that. It's getting I think it's going to get nearer and nearer. But this is only 2. If you remember, there's 2. All right, 2 columns. If I make it 1 column, that means they're going to put each 2 components in 1 column. If I do this in here, it looks to you the same, but this is because it's 1 column in here and fits in this part. I can make this one, for instance, 200. And see what that's going to give us. That looks better, I think. All right, and of course, and so on. So this is the grid layout. The grid layout, all you need to do is, remember, you come in here, there it is, grid layout, says 2 actually, change this one to 2, there's 2, run it, it is, here, so I've got 2, here it is. So the title, if you remember, I've changed it to grid layout. This is the size, length and width, and here the grid layout. How many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, and how many columns? 2. And of course, this is the space between these 2, and this is vertically the space between these 2. Remember, if I want to put more space in here, I can make this one. If I say this is 5, look what if I say it's 5 rows, give me 5 rows. It's going to give me space actually in here. If you look in here, here it is. So there's a space here, of course, right? And so on. So you can play with these figures. Say, for instance, if you want say if you go to 3, what's going to happen here? 3 columns. All right, it doesn't, because it's empty the third columns in here, and so on. So this is actually the way it could be done. All right, that's demonstrate actually the grid layout. Of course, the third video I'm going to talk about the border layout, which is going to be in part 4. Thank you very much.